Traveler, you've come at a...
Wait, this sounds like another...
It is as you say. Look...
Huh? What happened?
Not long ago, we received word that a section of the Avidia...
Contaminated?
I don't know about the specifics, but I hear that strange things... The Avidia forest inhabitants won't leave their homes so easily. That's why I want to ask you to investigate the situation.
This is forest business.
It's called being a freelancer.
It's an easy job, isn't it?
Old
Don't you
folks
think my
just
craftsmanship deserves...
This is where you've been, Tainari? That's...
Shh! Keep your voice down.
Tainari, am I going to die? And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because, Tainari, I heard that people turn into birds after they die. Is that true?
What happened? Tainari...
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest.
Really? Then, can you keep the thing?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and
Oh...
Hey, let me ask you something.
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I...
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, Traveler, Paimon.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest. But I only said that to his symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to...
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have to help.
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help a small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidia forest's climate. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale. Have her prepare medicinal tools and...
All right.
Contaminated region. Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it a new withering zone?
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, the only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome.
We feel the same way.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly. Excuse me. I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass.
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my
it's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently. They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old models, our caravans had to pool together more to afford those parts. Now that they've been... All the merchants talked it over and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think about raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the...
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just we asked around and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with...
So, the bandit hid in the How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by...
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many...
No people?
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me.
What the heck? The Avidia Forest has creatures like that?
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillful. It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our good. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses...
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then...
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIP!
Enough! Tell me something that's actually useful.
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got someone to assess the situation. If you're interested, you can go and talk to them.
All right. We'll go and have a word.
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby caravans and residents. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. It doesn't even bat an eye at other valuables. A caravan carrying a large amount of mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge. We'll eventually think of a way to get rid of it.
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. 10 of us might not even be able to take that thing head on. Didn't the academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Where did that thing come from? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that that robber wasn't a human, but a mechanic?
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives. It only shows up when the caravans are here, and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's done making a mess.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too agile and fast. However, we did unexpectedly learn something. It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest. So, instead of immediately moving its spoils, it first hides them nearby. Once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move fast if you want those goods back.
How are things? Did you make any progress?
We learned of its behaviors, but much still remains unclear. Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given commands. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things, or the mora you made. That would be the most efficient method. But it only goes after mechanical components. This doesn't make any sense.
Right. It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh, are you...
Under constant external conditions, organism... Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then make observations for further conclusions. Well, chatting like this won't get us anywhere. We're only wasting time.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans will reward you generously.
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. I may have other uses for it later. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall for it.
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. If it means getting our things back, you can even borrow me to do whatever you need.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and Sumpter Beast to pose as a transiting caravan and lure out the crab. Once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off.
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter...
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely capture...
Okay. We'll start from here, and have the Sumpter... This Sumpter Beast isn't familiar with us yet.
The Sumpter Beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it. Why'd it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry. The caravanners grew disheartened after their goods were stolen, so they probably did...
All right, it's moving again. Did you hear something? Ah! Is that the mechanical crab the caravan...
It looks strong. Be careful.
And voila! comes the finale.
Just try to escape this time, you naughty... Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it. Why are you stealing so many
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't... Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners. You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts.
It reacted.
We can't be certain yet. Its excitement may be a simple programmed
Okay, so you want the crag to lead us into the
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently, if we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own.
Paimon gets it now. Does this scuttle...
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile to... I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region. So long as it doesn't attack us, we...
It seems to be really happy.
Listen to me. Wait for us. We'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return, I'll give you... I'm not sure. But our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical... We should return. But before we do, we need...
Oh! These are the mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back! Thank you all so very much. I don't know how I can repay... Don't worry about the price. They're on the house. How many do you need?
2, is it?
No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw in...
No need. I've already received a reward.
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts? They aren't...
But those parts are very useful to me. Just like the Vasanti grass. I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. We're even. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder.
Noted. Thank you all ever so much.
Let's return to the village. The earlier we can give the child...
Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment.
No need. A precise dosage is required this time.
Oh.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medic... He gets a little nervous when I'm around. I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler?
How is he? Doing any better? I feel like he's doing a lot better. And his temperature... That's wonderful! Oh yeah. He asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier. Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you.
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear that I asked you?
Of course I did. Are you going?
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its size, I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But
Many things are learned by doing. And once they've been done, you'll deal with problems as you yourself see fit.
That's right. You'll do great, Cub. All right. Then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
I'm sure we'll be fine. I think you'll understand why once you put too much confidence in me. Anyway, let's return and find that crab.
We're here. This should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered, so it should You honored our agreement and waited here until we returned. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into... I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidia for...
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. It's like... really creepy. And...
Do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree...
How do you know that?
Well, I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've my observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal? This flower species is formerly known as the Sumeru rose. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. From the looks of things, the ley...
You're saying the contamination here is coming from...
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is. Let's take another look around and see if we can...
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were...
The contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line. Some animals have keen awareness. They sense something...
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage.
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions. We all... Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies... When people live under fixed... This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly... If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person...
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our... Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. Environment. No wind. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy, and...
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire...
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination, the purification devices have their limits. At best, they can... If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents... That's right.
Huh? The mechanical crab is...
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the...
Now disappear!
Stabilize!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Whew. That's all of them. Hey! Where are you? Let's hurry and keep up. The mechanical crab went that way. Let's keep up.
Help! Help!
Step right up! A round of applause! And voila!
Spare me!
Hey, are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move.
Don't worry, we took care of him.
Oh, good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't... It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe it's gonna partner up with the other... Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all... I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally... I gotta get out of here. Be careful. These mechanical light... no wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms.
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been in... We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. When he gets to the village, someone will bring him to Kale for help. So, you think you did a good job and want to part...
It's so hard to...
All right. Regardless of what you're thinking, that's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you? And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're as evil as the other mechanical...
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding, only help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for Wyatt, it's getting late. Let's set up camp for the night. We'll explore... Hey! Over here! Come on, you big lummox. Raise your head and look up. Let's set up camp here.
All right. Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh. Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of delicious food.
You're not wrong. But the primary reason for choosing this place is because it's higher elevation. Rainforests are very wet. You should always be careful when spending the night for the next tasks at hand. Let's divide and conquer. Also,
Leave it to Paimon. Paimon's a pro.
I'm not expecting that much. Just... That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire, and their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The down...
Traveler, Tainari. Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. They were all sort of... Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but...
Those were probably dead leaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaf. My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over, so they... Never mind. The tent's up, so you two go rest. Oh, you found some already.
Paimon understands it this time. It wants...
Sorry, no part that... That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing I'll note little things like this, and give a cumulative reward at a later time. That is...
It looks really sad.
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding. I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight.
We need lookouts?
Yes. Even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, we can't completely... It's settled then. I'll set up some pest-repelling devices, so, have a good night.
Paimon's getting sleepy. It's been a while since we camped outside like this. This feels like when we just...
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I used two... Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. Speaking of which, have you seen the... It was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know where it went. So you can tell. My suspicion is less towards the crab and more direct. A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Someone probably... Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has... Topics related to mechanical life forms were popular in the Spontamod for a time. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create... However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is in their pursuit to discover the differences between... The irony is that the researchers became even more impetuous at... I am interested in the topic of mechanical life. It's just my ancestors and the Veluca Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. So to me, all life is important. Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. Once you start placing yourself above other life forms... Really? Well... Coffee? Did you prepare this for us? All right. Seeing that you're working so hard, you're not planning on using it? Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and... All right, suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but the night watch is yours. Stay safe.
slept through the entire night. Really? You're not mad? Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. A quick question. Do you feel... Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get to the source of the ley line.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the... Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night. We...
Got it! Paimon will take care of the fire.
All right. Let's meet back here. All right. It's about time to head out. As we go, the effects of the ley lines will also increase. If you're struggling, try to conserve as much energy as possible. As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear. Clever trick. Now disappear. Here comes the finale. Step right up. Upon closer inspection, ley line energies are also stronger here. This may be... Ready yourselves? We're going...
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here. They made this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
Solidify!
Everybody stand back!
Yeah, one with the forest. Rah! Rah! Can't see? Let's nip that in the bud. Rah! I'll uproot you!
What is this?
Leyline energy is spilling out from here. This device. It's extracting energy. Who in the world would do this without considering the consequences? The ley lines won't be able to
That's terrible! We have to stop it! Let Paimon see. Paimon doesn't see control.
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in leyline energy, which take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see if I can find a...
Wait! You're also vulnerable to the... We're staying! We can't leave you here by yourself.
Then let's look for it together. If there's no control unit here, then...
You know where it is? Hey! Wait for us!
Keep up.
What's this? It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful and watch your step.
Look! Someone's here! Are you the one that's taking the ley line's energy? Turn up! Why aren't you saying anything? Too ashamed?
His body is cold. It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken. Likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. Almost forgot about you. Here.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, this place with the file room will definitely give us some clues, so let's go take...
Wow! It's huge in here!
This place is very secluded. It's a natural hiding spot.
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found it...
Tape recording?
Yes. The Spontamod created a device that... However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely...
Come on, let's watch it.
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. Okay.
Kakata? Kakata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those eight. Oh, you're also quite happy. Kakata, Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Kakata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. Inspiration from the ruins and the research that the academia had banned. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine. It's fine. You will understand.
Karkata is the mechanical crab, right? And that researcher named Abatui said he wanted to prove some...
I remember now. I had a junior researcher...
Junior researcher?
Yeah?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering...
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age. I finished my studies a while...
Oh!
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people, always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some... that isn't important. Let's go and see if we can find other tape. The pipes continue further. Let's head in.
Look! Paimon found another tape! A date is written on it. Let Paimon...
That's quite the time gap. I wonder what...
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set? All right, there you go. Water entered the chela and caused it to short circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. Try moving around. Everything in working order? Be more careful next time. We're tight on money right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spend. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you... Never mind. I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
After Abatui left the Academia, I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms.
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Karkata's broken parts. Why would he mess with...
Let's keep looking around. Following the serial numbers, the next recording should be... The writing is sloppy. Perhaps his... There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot. It doesn't seem like...
Maybe Karkata helped him with...
It's hard to say. These are the last two tapes.
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a lit. When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize yours. That is a very dangerous thing. I've officially activated the third-generation ley line extractor. Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. I'm also getting tired, Karkata. I don't know what's driving me to... They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Karkata. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never seen... You are my finest success, but even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited response. Karkata, I wish you could speak to me. Even... Yes, you cannot It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experience. This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the brain's... Of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our... Strange. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely... Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor. In the end, it's just like the Academia said. Mechanical life forms only bring danger. I'm sorry, Karkata. In the end...
I see. So, the ley line effluents... After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously...
Paimon understands. Then, why didn't Karkata go...
Because Karkata is different from the other machines. To Abatui, for a machine to truly be considered a mechanical life form, it... Perhaps only by building such a machine could he... But... If he had slowed down, Karkata can't speak, and yet it cares about...
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, first, let's find the control unit for the ley line. One with the force. More of this transparent flooring. It... Can't see? Rah! Below us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The land's here! Wanna try jumping down?
Stabilize!
Out of the way!
Gather!
Out of the way! I'm going in!
Stabilize!
Now disappear! A round of applause! And voila!
This is order!
Everybody stand back!
Step right up!
Solidify!
Let's get this show on the road! Here comes the finale! Now disappear!
This should be the control unit. Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor... Without an external force damaging the ley lines. Oh, but I bet you two are more worried about Carcata.
Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix...
Karkata is unable to understand. However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced... It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But...
Yes. But the important... Who knows how this thought came to be? But it has even suppressed the instincts that if it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make...
Karkata? Karkata, can you hear Paimon? Tainari says you're awesome!
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time. Nor has it... It's truly a miracle that it managed to hang... I'm gonna go confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Let them... The ley line extractor has ceased. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence is moving on. Those affected by the ley lines need immediate care. We'll put up, according to the Academia's policy, research materials related to mechanical life.
What the heck?
You two should return first. I'll take care of things. Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds...
But...
Listen. The Traveler hasn't rested very well. Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. Tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and... Oh, and don't talk about Abatui.
All right. Then... Anyway, so the contaminated region turned out...
I see. Thank you for... Once the excess ley line energy dissipates from the air, we should be able to make... This is the stipulated reward.
Is Karkata going to... It's already damaged, but... Paimon feels sad thinking about it. Oh, then how about we find Tainari tomorrow and ask him... Paimon really wants to go right now, but Tainari... Alright then, we'll find Tainari tomorrow and tell him not to...
This is time for
How are you feeling? Sleep well?
Keep your voice. The lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus. Extrapolating from these two data sets, it would be particularly.
Karkata?
I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but your shouting is making.
You didn't disassemble
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said
So that's why you two barged in like barbarians at this hour. What I meant was, according to the Academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Karkata. We then buried Abatui together. After organizing the research material, I'm not with the Academia, so what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am. All life brought forth in this world has meaning, and Karkata is no exception.
That's good. Wait, you just said life form. You recognize...
The possibility exists is all. It's hard to explain. Abatui only left behind a small portion of his research. Who knows how many commands? Maybe a conflict between all those commands resulted. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Karkata is a real life form. By the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this, but as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant. What do you think?